Good morning. It's a brisk, cold morning here in southern New Mexico, and we're about to head on a trip to southern Colorado and then on up to Brush, Colorado to pick up a new toy. 1977 International Harvester Loadstar, and we'll be loading it up on the trailer and dragging it home. Would you like to join me? Brand new tire. Hopefully this one holds up a little bit better. There it is. We're all loaded up from the Snyder Colorado with the International Loadstar. It's pretty darn heavy, but the winch pulled it up there with minimal assistance. And it does run, but it's got some electrical issues with the batteries and cables, but kind of to be expected, really. We'll see how the drive home goes. So we just got back from the salvage yard with the Loadstar. Got the bed taken off, and that should make it a lot easier to build the flatbed. A lot lighter now, pulls a lot better. Should be a better drive home. There she is. Well, we blew a tire. Looks like that Tire I had a problem with earlier finally let loose. Well, guess I'll be changing that. Well, I got the tire all changed out. Actually, it wasn't too bad, but definitely could have happened in a better spot. All changed out, ready to keep going.
Sitting in a big armchair, one arm around my whiskey barrel, the other around my deer.
How much you took off the rear of that frame. Somebody's not going to sit there and constantly keep the bolts tight, you know? Somebody pulled one on me. Yeah, I have two people. I mean, these people don't know each other, you know what I mean? Cool. It's funny. I figure I should talk about the International Loadstar a little bit. We got it home from Colorado, and it does run great, but there's some problems with the battery cables. Easy fix. I'm going to do a little bit of a walk around and show you the truck that we just drug home. So this is a 1977 International Harvester Loadstar 1850. It's got a DT466 engine, a Spicer 5-speed manual transmission with a 2-speed rear end. It's a little rough around the edges, but I see a lot of potential. The reason I bought it is because the International Loadstar only had the DT466 as an option for 2 years before they ceased production and went to the S series. So the last 2 years, 77 and 78, were the last 2 years of the Loadstar. And it's a little rough. We got a broken windshield, cracked hood, a little bit of rust on one of the steps, but not bad. It's a Western vehicle. And we'll go inside and take a closer look. So as you can see, pretty standard Loadstar interior. It's got the Bostrom Viking seats, which is kind of nice for the driver. A little bit of suspension. Seat covers are pretty toast. Had a brake controller at one point, and has all the gauges. I see a lot of potential, but it's going to be some work. It does have the dual saddle tanks, pretty big tanks. Some rear wheel seal problems, it appears. And unfortunately, it doesn't have Bud wheels like I was hoping. It is a special kind of wheel, similar to a GM wheel. It's going to be a little bit harder to find a 22.5 wheel to replace it. But I have a part number I need to search, and hopefully we can find them. Has a 187-inch wheelbase. Some of that's been trimmed off when we had the Tommy gate removed. Used to have a exhaust stack. I'll probably be putting that back on. And there's our DT466 engine. This is all mechanical. This is one of the first generations before the DT466C or anything like that. I believe it's considered a B. It does have hydraulic drum brakes all the way around. It's what the vacuum pump operates, the hydrovac system underneath the cab. And of course your master cylinder that operates the hydro boost underneath. And of course, being a diesel, it has the dry type air cleaner and the turbocharger down there, and the long tube is the oil cooler. It uses engine coolant, and acts as a heat exchanger to cool the oil. And pretty standard General Motors type alternator. And as I mentioned, the hydrovac system, this is almost like an extra master cylinder and booster, and the master cylinder is actuated by the master cylinder up top, and this one turns that motion into hydraulic pressure that's assisted with the vacuum using that big diaphragm. You can see the back side of the hydro boost system there. This is the big diaphragm that acts against the brakes using the engine vacuum and a vacuum reservoir that assists. You can see the Spicer 5-speed under here with the drum brake for a parking brake on the back. We're hoping I can come up with a Spicer 7-speed with overdrive to replace this, and I believe there may be some clutch problems. And I mentioned the 2-speed rear end. This is an electrical solenoid that activates the high and low in the rear end. The high gear is a 488, while the low gear is 637. I'd have to verify, but it gives you a total of 10 speeds going down the road. Over in the passenger side here, the seat's just a fixed seat, no suspension underneath it. Looks like we're missing some door handle and the window crank. I've got a brand new windshield seal here in the box as soon as I can find a windshield. And of course the battery cover. Heater box down below here. AM radio. How exciting. And you can see the battery cables are in pretty rough shape, in particular right here. Barely a few strands hold on, and we'll be addressing that soon. So you're probably asking yourself, why would I be wasting time on this old Loadstar to fix it up or waste any money on it? I have a Ford Super Duty, but it doesn't quite, it's not a dually, it's not really designed to pull as big of a trailer as I have and some of my toys that have outgrown it. I think this truck will be great once I put it together, and be able to pull my gooseneck trailer with it, as well as do other chores like haul hay or truck parts or whatever I might need.